Why? Gay vampire comedy movie just shot on video. So, Love Bites.
Test. 1, 2, test. Vampire file number KY-69. Case of the West Hollywood Count. Jake Hunter recording.
This is a 1992 shot on video, specifically a 3/4 inch pneumatic tape, which is actually my second favorite type of videotape. My first being Betamax SP. Both look great. And this is just starting off a really fun looking movie. So Love Bites, again, 1992, not to be confused with 1985's hardcore super mosquito porno flick, Love Bites, or the 1993 Adamant film, Love Bites, or the 2001 French Asia Argento vehicle, Love Bites. A lot of Love Bites, but this is the Love Bites that I've seen. I actually have not seen those other movies, and I didn't even realize until I was making up this gag that Adamant was in a movie called Love Bites. Now I desperately need to watch that because I fucking love Adamant. Anyway, that's beside the point. The point is, this movie, directed by Marvin Jones, and Marvin Jones, he was the owner. If you were gay back in the 80s, maybe you remember this. I don't, because I was A, not born, and B, I'm not gay. But Hunk Video. He was the owner of Hunk Video, so he decided to get into the video making business, and Love Bites was the result. Now, this was written by Kevin M. Glover. Kevin M. Glover, he actually plays the vampire in the film. That's him right there. And he wrote, he produced, and starred. And originally, this was meant to be a play. The idea was that this was going to be, a little gay romantic comedy play. And then he decided to make a video. A film, I guess, but on video eventually. And what we are left with is sweet, beautiful history as delivered by Massacre Video. Real quick, this case, nothing too crazy, but not bad. Good, just a single disc. This is a DVD, by the way, not a Blu-ray. I realize that usually I review Blu-rays. I make exceptions for gay vampire romantic comedies. So if you open this up, perfectly good clear case there. It doesn't fucking matter. So one side and then the other side, and this is like the old video cover. I prefer the color, and there's no slip cover, so I'm going with the color, but still pretty cool. And it even has like the back as it would look on the VHS tape, which I think is a pretty fun touch. If I saw that on more discs like this, I would buy them. Just come to think of it, this is only like my second Massacre Video purchase, so maybe they have these and I'm just not aware, in which case I should get on that shit. So as I said, this was shot on 3/4 inch pneumatic tape, and it was shot over the course of 3 weekends. This was 100% just like a low budget, we want to make a movie that represents what we want to watch, and we don't need it to be gross, hardcore gay porno. We just want to have something nice and fun that we can enjoy and watch with our gay buddies. And honestly, like, I don't know how we didn't get more of these. Let's do the plot real quick. So Love Bites follows Jake Hunter, a young gay man who fancies himself a vampire hunter and who just can't think about anything else. Well, luckily, he's able to find a book that lists the addresses of vampires in the LA area. And so he goes to stake himself a vamp. And well, he certainly winds up staking something. A dumb but pretty male prostitute, a wacky Renfield-esque character creatively named Manfield, and the world's tallest sexy vampire, plus a brief turn from Slurped-on Jizz and Drunk-on-Cum star Eric Lang, round out the small cast of this wacky little gay vampire comedy.
I might even consider running a special.
A special? What?
As in, attention Kmart shoppers.
They have Kmart where you come from?
They're everywhere, girl.
So originally I thought this was going to be like a super seedy film, or like super violent or vile, or, something more mean. I thought it was going to be like, just exploitation basically. And I could not be further from the truth. I mean, there's a lot of dick and naked men, but so I guess that's seedy for some people. But for me, that's just another day on watching TV. Sure, you get plenty of butts and cocks and ripped bods, but it's all presented in a way that's fun and silly.
Thanks.
While also attempting enough drama in the plot to keep its brief runtime engaging.
Blood has become so tainted of late.
You don't mean that...
There are some diseases that affect even us.
It's also incredibly well lit. Admittedly, it's basically just one set, but still, there's even an in-camera matte shot, so much more production value than you'd expect.
Pretty impressive, huh?
There's also fantastic lines in the film. We have a lot of pros and cons, but the dialogue is generally extremely fun, with plenty of sharp moments that give you an idea of the level of talent inherent in writer, producer, and star Kevin M. Glover. My favorite line comes when our lovable Count has just hypnotized his young love interest.
Here I go. Talking to myself again.
That's fucking heartbreaking penmanship. I don't expect that. I expect just like dick jokes and, you know, hardy har har, I'm gonna suck your butthole or whatever gay vampire movies talk about. But this, I mean, that is a brilliant line. That's fucking good writing. What's this guy doing? He's a comic book writer. That's amazing.
I was thinking more of a cucumber. Big, hard, stiff, hard.
Oh, knock it off, Les. Let the dead rest in peace, okay?
I wouldn't call any of the acting stellar. It's all just slightly off throughout, but after about 10 minutes, I got used to it. These guys are not professionals per se. The best of the bunch are really just theater actors. And so, you know, you get that community theater style acting. But that being said, once you get used to it, it's actually really charming, and all the guys are just so lovable, especially Manfield. I fucking love Manfield. It's a great turn from Bernard Barnes Jarvis. Bernard was an LA theater actor who had read for the play version, and much like the rest of the performances, you can definitely feel those theater roots. However, he absolutely steals the show. Total little weirdo. I love him. I wish he was in more stuff. God, I love that guy.
Well, at least I'm horny.
If I had any criticisms of the film, the only major complaints are that it's a bit too constrained and a bit too short. I understand it originally being a play, but it would have been nice to see one or two of the off-screen moments play out on screen. There's really notable scenes in this film that you do not see, you just hear about afterward, and, you know, I get it, but, like, do a little rewrite and put in a little extra effort, maybe a fourth weekend of shooting if you could. I recognize the equipment's pretty, you know, bulky and frustrating to use and it's expensive, but come on, like a little bit, just a little bit. The whole film also plays out in 69 minutes, which is certainly a funny coincidence, but winds up making everything feel far too quick and basically a handful of longer scenes taking up the majority of the runtime. Again, fine for a play, but for a movie it would have been nice to let things play out a little bit longer. Now, as far as extras go, we get pretty good shit, I gotta say, pretty good shit. Not a lot of shit, but pretty good. So, first off, this is remastered from the original Video Master, so it looks pretty... Actually, you know what? I was going to make a joke about it being on video and how good it looks being a remaster. It actually looks pretty good. It is on video, obviously, but like for, you know, video back in 92, it looks pretty good. Like, it's actually a really good remaster. We also get an audio commentary with Kevin Glover and David Takoto. I love these guys. They talk about basically the 80s gay scene. Well, really just like being gay in the 80s and then also being a part of the burgeoning video movement at the time. They were really big proponents of shot on video film. David Takoto notably has shot a bunch himself and is just like a huge genre filmmaker. He's made a fuckload of movies, some porn, some horror, some everything else, a lot of comedy. He's not necessarily he's not the best filmmaker in the world, but he puts together a pretty okay product. He made Puppet Master 3. He's got cred. And I just love hearing from him. He's always fun on these, like he shows up in commentaries quite a bit. And this is one of my favorites that I've heard him on. Like this is just a legitimately fantastic commentary. And I would actually say if you're not into this type of content, which I should note is not porno. I think I made that clear, but just in case I haven't, it's not a porno film. While there are exposed penises, you don't get any rock hard boys, you don't get any penetration. There's really barely any sex. It's more just a lot of innuendo and funny gay jokes. And then we get a stills gallery. It's really quick. It's very. I'm pretty sure it's a few seconds long. Like it's super quick. And then we get some trailers for other Massacre video releases. So, overall, as I said, not jam packed, but pretty fucking good. If only for that commentary, because that commentary is fantastic, worth the price of the disc right there. So do I recommend Love Bites? If everything you've seen and heard in this video sounds up your alley, then why the fuck haven't you gone and bought this yet? Go to massacrevideo.com, buy it. Or it's on Amazon, but just buy it from Massacre Video. I really liked it. I was expecting something lesser, and it surprised me. There's a bit of blocking on the JPEG here, but I think that's the biggest flaw I found so far is the print quality of the insert is kind of blocky. It looks like a kind of low resolution JPEG now that I'm looking at it in detail. But that's the worst. That's the worst I can say is that the resolution here sucks. Actually, I wonder if the video version, yeah, they both have a lot of artifacting. That's too bad. But that's something I just noticed that. So, as far as problems to have with a movie, it's a fairly inexpensive DVD for a movie that was never likely to end up on home video proper, widely distributed. I guess Massacre Video is not widely, but you get my point. It wasn't likely to ever find life on DVD. Here it is. Looks great and is a lot of fun. Very stupid, very silly. But if you like stupid, silly movies with a little bit of heart to them, and just that can-do attitude behind the scenes, it's a great film. Go watch it. As usual, thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that bullshit. You can find me on Patreon. I love my patrons. I treat them to kind words and virtual hugs. You can also go and visit my merch store, which is linked down below along with everything else. You can get a Philip shirt. Look at Philip. You can do this thing where you just pretend to be Philip and you're like, ha, 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 I'm Philip. Go watch a movie.
I'm sorry I'm late, but they had a sale on snails and slugs at the all-night bait store, and I couldn't resist.